Some new worrying figures. Cancer rates in women are set to soar in the next 20 years, according to shocking new statistics from Cancer Research UK.
Yeah, a major study indicates cases will rise 6 times faster in women than in men over the next 2 decades. An estimated 4.5 million women diagnosed with the disease will be diagnosed with the disease by 2035. Ovarian, cervical and oral cancers are set to go up, with breast cancer cases rising from around 55,000 in 2014 to 70,000 in 2035. Now, it's believed that smoking and obesity could well be to blame.
Well, joining us now, I guess, is a woman who is one of those figures, Debbie Vince. You were diagnosed, weren't you, with womb cancer some time back in
2012.
2012. Thankfully now recovered, and Dr. Hilary too is here. When you were diagnosed, were you aware of any risks, any symptoms, any problems with your lifestyle?
I knew nothing of the symptoms at all of womb cancer. And I was actually, during the year I was developing it, I was actually having one of the symptoms, but I didn't know, obviously. And
can you just say what that symptom
is? It was breakthrough bleeding.
Right.
I'd gone through menopause.
Right.
And I'd had so much trouble with my periods all through my life anyway, and I thought it was going to be, you know, true that I was going to have an awkward menopause.
Yeah.
And breakthrough bleeding is one of the symptoms, and I just didn't realise.
Yeah.
It must have been incredibly traumatic to experience that, because at the time you were very fit and healthy, weren't you?
I was, yeah, I was. I did 5 marathons in 2011. It was the last one that I did in the beginning of October that year. That I found it very, very tough, and I couldn't understand why, because as far as I was concerned, I was fit.
Yeah, you didn't just put it down to fatigue for having done 4 more previously.
No. It was just I sort of came off the course, and I more or less crawled back to my digs and crept into bed, which isn't like me after a marathon. I normally go out and celebrate.
Yeah, quite.
Yeah. So, knowing what you now know, in a way, are you shocked by hearing that the figures are soaring in this way, or do you think that makes sense because other women may well be in the position you were in?
I wasn't shocked, because with my cancer, there is a direct link with being overweight, and I know that womb cancer cases are rising year on year, so it wasn't a shock really at all to hear that.
Yeah.
Not a shock for Debbie, Hilary, but I mean these figures, the fact that women are sort of setting to soar in the next 20 years and faster than men, certainly is a surprise to us. Why is that?
Right. 3 main reasons. Obesity is of epidemic proportions. That's a major driver for cancer.
That's in men as well, though.
And in men, but actually women have more problems with overweight and obesity than men do.
Do they?
Smoking and alcohol. Let's just talk about obesity first, because that's the second biggest preventable cause of cancer after smoking. If you look at obesity, more people are overweight now. 1 in 4 adults are obese, compared to just 1 in 35 back in the 70s. So there's been a major increase in obesity. And the thing about fat in the body is that it creates hormones and chemicals which lead to cancer. So hormones such as estrogen and testosterone and insulin and inflammation is caused by fat cells as well.
Right.
So those
just
3
to be clear,
things
then,
are driving cancer.
It's not just about women's natural hormones. When we think of estrogen, we think of women's natural hormones.
Absolutely.
It's caused by the fat
tissue itself.
Right.
It acts as the fat that collects in the body acts as a separate organ, creating these hormones.
Right.
Now, many of these obesity-related cancers are only seen in women: ovarian, breast, and others as well. Those are the main ones. Endometrial cancer that we've heard about as well. So that's why women are more susceptible to certain cancers. But alcohol consumption has increased enormously as well, affecting gullet cancers, kidney cancers, stomach cancers. And then smoking, women's rates of smoking peaked in the 70s as opposed to the 1940s for men. So women have lagged behind in terms of lung cancer, and we're seeing lung cancer now more in women than in men. So those 3 lifestyle things have created this increase that we're going to see carrying on in the next 20 years.
But you're in remission, 5 years clear now, Debbie. And how's your lifestyle changed since? I mean, you were fit and healthy before, But having cleared through the cancer, how's it changed now?
Well, I obviously take more care of myself. I'm very conscious of what I put into my body in the way of food. I'm back running and doing everything I was doing before. I do have problems with my stomach due to the radiotherapy I had, but that over the years is starting to get a little bit better.
Good.
And I can cope with it better.
Well, you look great. Thank you for coming in and
very
sharing
much.
your story this morning, Debbie. It's
Thank
really
you.
lovely to meet you, and
Thank you.
Hels as well. Thanks for coming in.